Hi, I'm Trevor Bryan. I'm the General Manager of Cubeless. Cubeless is a free single sign-on multi-factor authentication IDP. We got in this business originally doing remote access software, and we had to build an IDP, and it turned out much more people were interested in getting an IDP. These people weren't enterprises. They didn't have big budgets, they didn't know what they were doing, but more and more what has become solely an enterprise product was needed by a lot of people out there, what we call the 99%. Hey, not just the 1% that get it, 99%. And we realized this was the most important thing to get people to use the rest of our products. So we went back to re-architect our application, the Cubeless sign-up, with a single sign application and a multi-factor authentication with one-time passwords. It's completely free for as many users as you need, for as long as you need to use it. That portion is free. That was the first step. We got to the point we're offering it for free, but we're still dealing with people who aren't IDP experts, who aren't identity experts. They're probably not even security experts. If you're lucky, we get an IT guy who has to set up 50 people who are doing accounting for somebody, and they don't know what all this means. So the next thing we really worked on was making it easy. I'll say easier. I have so many plans to make this easy as can be, but in the world of identity management, easier goes a long way. There's 13 different terms for this thing called entity ID, and I know a lot of people here know what that means, but everybody we talk to does not. And if you have 13 terms for it, you need to help people mark their hands through it so they can do this with every single downstream app they're working with. That's the real basics of the thing, is make this easier for people who don't have the resources in either dollars to spend on it or people who have the expertise. But the last piece is we'd still know it's a security product. You know, we're part of a larger company called Mod Squad, which has thousands of employees around the world that originally set up the services for this. And so we wrote it into software. As a result, we were able to get things like our first SOC 2 audit done within 3 months of having the product out there. That's important to know. This is built by experienced people in a very secure and reliable fashion, because even if it's free, you're not going to use it if you think your data is going to get stolen or your ID is going to get stolen. So those are the three elements to the piece. Free, cost-effective, easy, and still reliable enough for anybody to use. We're going to keep pushing into that, adding things like passkeys. We're doing a bunch of stuff to make it easier using the AI that you'll be hearing from us in the future that will make it even easier and for both the users and the administrators. And eventually we'll start adding more features that you'll be able to come in and purchase. What are those features? Well, we have some ideas. We do have our remote security project, and we have some other ideas, but we want to hear back from you. That's the best thing about getting people on and this product-led growth, is that you'll be in there using it, talking to guys like Ian over here, and telling them what you need that we can grow the business into as we move it forward. So that's really what it's at. It's probably the simplest pitch you have out here. It's free SSO and multi-factor authentication. It's Cubeless. Go to cubeless.io.